All right, welcome to the example video of finding the lowest common denominator and excluded values of rational equations. In this example, I'm going to show you how to find the LCD of this equation here. And the first thing that we have to do in these examples is factor. So I need to make sure that my rational expressions are completely factored. In this case, I have no trinomials. I have no quadratic binomials. So this is already completely factored. So the second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find my LCD. And the way you do that is you identify shared factors. So looking at this, I have x minus 2, I have x plus 4, and I have 6. So in this case, we have no shared factors, none. So then we move on to remaining factors, or what I like to call leftovers, remaining factors. Okay, and in that case, I have x minus 2. So my LCD will be x minus 2. I also have x plus 4. And I have 6. And I'll put 6 over here. Okay, so therefore, our LCD is just the product of all of these. So I could say LCD is 6 times x minus 2 times x plus 4. And that's it. That's our LCD. Second example, here we have to go ahead and factor. So step 1. Factor. Now a lot of these problems you're only going to have to factor the denominator, but if you had a more complicated rational equation, you would have to also factor the numerator, and you can reduce factors. In this case, we aren't going to see that. So I'll factor, and what we get is x plus 1 over what factors of negative 10 produce negative 3, and that would be x minus 5, x plus 2, minus 5 over 2x plus 4. This has a GCF, so I'll pull out the 2, leaving me with x plus 2. And we have x minus 4 over 3 times x. And it's important to notice that this numerical coefficient, this is its own factor, 3. Okay, so I'm going to look first, and what I'll do is I'm going to look for my shared factors. So 2 is identify LCD, and I'll find out, okay, what's shared? And by looking, you can see that you have an x plus 2 that is shared. So I'm only going to take one of those. I'll take a x plus 2. And there's nothing else that's in common. So I'm done there. So then I'll go to remaining factors. Okay, and I have x minus 5. I have a 2. I have a 3. And I have an x. Okay, so our LCD is going to be 2 times 3. We'll put the coefficient out front. That's 6. And then I'll put the x out front, 6x. And I have these two factors here, x minus 5. And then I bring along one of the shared factors, so x plus 2. Okay, that's it for this these examples. Please go ahead, look at the practice problems in Google Classroom. So open up that PDF, try a couple of the practice problems. There's space in your notes for those, so fill those in and give those a shot. each slide alternates. So on one slide you'll see the problem, on the second slide you'll see the same problem with the answer. So make sure you give it a try before peeking at the answer. And that's it. Thanks.